Hi, I'm Lori.
And I'm Camille, and today I'm going to be playing the part of my mommy's client.
So we have been at this teletherapy thing for about a month now, and as we've gone through this process, we have learned some tips and tricks. And today I'm here to share a few things with you that have made my life easier as a teletherapist since we began doing this. When we were first going through these trainings, prior to beginning teletherapy, I had shared some things on a PowerPoint slide with regard to providing visual supports for the families, aided language boards, and core vocabulary boards. And so for my limited verbal kids, my nonverbal kids, the ones that are not able to sit in front of a computer and manipulate a keyboard or a mouse, this is geared mostly toward that population. So those first couple of sessions with the parents, we walked through the home. I had them show me the child's favorite toys, tell me what they play with most, ask them what daily routines they needed support with in the home, and depending on their responses, I provided the families either with aided language boards or core boards or visual schedules, depending on their needs. Sometimes I dropped them off at the home, sometimes I mailed them. And so that has developed into this system in which prior to the therapy sessions beginning, a lot of these parents will send me a text or shoot me an email letting me know what the child wants to play with that day, whether it's Play-Doh or puzzles or blocks or whatever it is. I even made an aided language board for one boy who likes Spider-Man a lot, so he has a very specific board that he plays with for that. So they will let me know what the child will be playing with. And on their end, they have their communication notebook. And what I have advised that they do is to put their core board into the plastic sleeve on the front. And sweetie, can you show me? So each child has their own core board. Some may have quite a few pictures on it, some may have very few, and some are in between, depending on their level of functioning. So the core board exists on the outside of the notebook. And can I go ahead and open it, sweetie? Can you put those in just a second? And then within the notebook, they have their aided language boards for their daily routines or their toys. And so for this particular session, we're going to imagine that the child has chosen puzzles to play with. Okay, sweetie, you can put the core boards back in the front. Thank you. So the parent has all of this on their end, and they go ahead and set up the device, the laptop, the tablet, or whatever nearby, so that I'm able to view the play during the session. And since they have let me know what they're going to be playing with during the session, on my end, I have pulled up the corresponding aided language board onto the screen and shared that. And one thing that I have found very helpful is that I'm often able to prompt the parent without interrupting play by using the annotation feature and circling a word or two or three on the board that I need them to focus on during the session. And that way it doesn't distract the child, but it gives the parents a little bit of coaching and feedback with what they need to focus on. So they will place the aided language board next to the core board. They can incorporate core and fringe during the session. So if they are trying to put a puzzle piece in there and it will not fit, can you try that for me, sweetheart, to find a piece that does not fit? So the parent can prompt with not on the core board and fit on the aided language board and model that word combination. I mentioned that I've also provided my parents with visual schedules if needed. It can be anywhere from 1 or 2 steps to a whole page with several steps. And I've also sent my picture to some parents who may need to prompt their child that it's time for speech so that they can put my picture on the schedule for the day. One other visual support that I provided to the parents for those who are having difficulty at this time transitioning to new routines and expectations at home where they've never been expected to perform before. I have given some I'm working for charts. This one you can see just has one expectation before the child receives the reinforcement. And then we also have, 2 or 3 depending on the level and the needs of the child. So these supports, I think my parents have found to be very helpful. It allows for good conversation at the beginning of the session with how things are going, what else they might need, and really brings the parents in as an active participant in the session. So I hope this has been helpful to you, and please reach out if you need any resources for this. I'll be happy to provide you with those, and thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.